been destructive.
Listen to me, I'm only gonna say this once. We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough. It's gonna feel like it's going on for a long time, so it's gonna be hard to stay alert. It's gonna be even harder to be quiet, but you have to do both. You have to do every single thing I say, or we will not make it. Understand?
My brothers, stay to your heart.
Under no circumstance are you allowed to take off your blindfold. If I find that you have, I will hurt you. Do you understand?
Look deep into your souls.
It's cold. We have blankets. Boy, you have your dog. Girl, you have your kitty.
For your mental is to be tested this day.
This is just a place. There's nothing more that we need from it. Do you understand?
You've been in heated battle. You need a reason to fight on.
Warrior classes to have leadership who derive from people who have had the most success as a warrior, to have myths built around their religion, that success in war, violent acclaim in war, is your gateway to heaven or whatever afterlife is viewed as most desirable. This is a consistent finding lots and lots of these cultures. Nomadic pastoralists are the ones who came up with warfare on a certain level and warrior classes.
Idea which you will give up all that you will ever have. いいか、戦とはそういうものだ。自分を守ってこそ自分も守れる。お前のことばかり考えるやつはお前はもう滅ぼすやつだ。You need only to look at the man who fights at your side. The why of the battle.
Everybody in the South is angry about the situation now. That they put the pedals away because they're humans as well. They came in the houses, they slept with the white girls, and they came home and they have to sit in the back of the bus again.
That is my sister quote.
You know, Black American soldiers have participated in every war in American history since the Revolution. And since the Revolution, they saw their roles, responsibilities diminished. And so by World War II, you had a concerted effort to keep them out of positions that mattered, and with few exceptions. And so the Army mirrored the Southern United States. The Southern United States had codified in the laws called Jim Crow segregation, and the Army mirrored that.
This is the Brotherhood of Men at Arms.
This land is yours. You must protect it. It won't be yours long if you don't protect it. If necessary, with your lives, and your children with their lives. Don't discount your enemies. They will be back.
An unbreakable bond, made stronger by the crucible of combat.
And if your house is burned, build it again.
They go on to say, remember that one that happened in Chicago? Where they used a Black Hawk helicopter and rappelled on the roof at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then they zip-tied naked kids and put them in the back of a U-Haul van. They arrested like 900 people. Literally every single one of them was an American citizen. They originally said, oh, we got 10 gang members. Then they lowered it to 1. Turned out it was fucking 0.
Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew's cars?
That was done by Border Patrol. So they are the worst of the worst. They're more icy than ice. And they're now going to be leading the whole operation. This is insane, and Stephen Wheeler has far too much power. More on that in a minute. Because like Trump is definitely to blame because the buck stops with him. But when you look at the details and the specifics as to who's really calling the shots, it's very, very eye-opening. So this is not a good sign by any stretch.
If your corn is destroyed, replant. If your children die, bear more. If they drive you out of the valley, live on the sides of the mountain, but live.
You will never be closer than with those who you shed your blood with.
You always look for leaders. Strong men without faults. There aren't any. They're only men like yourselves. change. They desert. They die. There are no leaders but yourself. The strong people. The only lasting.
There is no nobler cause than to fight for those who will lay down their life for you.
Not really sure what it is I want. And if it isn't wealth or love, I don't know.
Racist man.
I took an oath to protect the American people.
Before he said that his roommate tried to kill him. Did you know that? Do you know his roommate was a cop that had killed 4 people in contract killings? His cop roommate, his cellmate.
Fraternal Order of Police!
He was a guy who was a drug-dealing cop who had killed 4 people in contract killings. And that was a jailmate. And 18 days before he said that guy tried to kill him.
But he said
that's his.
Is there any
Look
doubt
at
that
that guy.
Yeah.
That is his cellmate. Why would you put a guy who's one of the most high-profile defendants, in any case ever, in a cell with a hired killer who's a giant gorilla, like this huge, jacked Italian guy?
But he
Why
wasn't
would-
in the cell with them that night. He was by himself
He
in the
was
cell
the
that night.
guy who 18 days before Epstein said tried to kill him.
But Epstein tried to kill himself.
From every threat, both foreign.
No, you know what it is? There are tons and thousands of videos. Yeah, and it's all with little kids.
And domestic.
We have 1.3 active duty service members in this country, and if they hear this radical message from sitting members of Congress, that could inspire chaos, and it could incite violence, and it certainly could disrupt the chain of command. These 3 members of Congress, I will also add, knew exactly what they were doing. You look at Alyssa Slotkin, she's a former member of the CIA. Mark Kelly was a captain in the U.S. Navy. Maggie Goodlander was a naval officer, and notably, she is also the wife of Joe Biden's national security former advisor, Jake Sullivan. And so these members knew what they were doing. They were leading into their credentials as former members of our military, as veterans, as former members of the national security apparatus, to signal to people serving under this commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, that you can defy him and you can betray your oath of office. That is a very, very dangerous message. And it perhaps is punishable by law. I'm not a lawyer. I'll leave that to the Department of Justice and the Department of War to decide.
Maybe they've always been with us. Those things out there. They love it. Seeing us hate each other. Watching us kill each other off. Feeding on our own cold fucking hearts.
I got news for him. Gonna be hell to pay. Cause I ain't daddy's little boy no more.